Thick and sticky summer in the city gutters. Caught in oblivion, drinking in the distress, sinking into the depths. Lost in the millions, the extraneous traveler in a strange alien atmosphere, begging and shouting, wailing to get out of here. And I've been searching for a personal Jesus. Can we rest here a minute until this vertigo ceases? I'm just a speck of dust littered in the total clusters, unconsidered and imprisoned within these social structures. Convicted of my aberrations and vivid fascinations. I can't live emancipated, floating out of gravity into orbit and beyond, forfeiting freedom, hoping for some sanity. Agoraphobia, misanthropy, a sopropium of apathy. Tangled in obligations and engagements, dragged into arrangements of which I didn't have a say in. The city's a jungle, you can't see up to the sky. The people are the trees and the weakness is the vines. And the structure we built with repression and guilt is doing the most to keep the perversions concealed. But it festers beneath the pretty surface, molesting each and every person, making enemies of any purpose. Growing inside of us, we fenced it in. Where our souls are tiring, it's pushing against the skin. And when the pustules submerge and the pustules emerge, they're tabulated so feasibly and eradicated immediately. So watch your behavior, cause sometimes what you do know can be your savior. And watch your neighbor, cause I wouldn't trust them if I was you either. Thick and sticky summer in the city suburbs. Thick and sticky summer in the city gutters. Tone, and now it's known. Fuckface motherfucker. Unless you're stupid, you already knew it, one way or another. Don't look at me. What made you fucking think that you could ever look at me as if you could afford such bourgeois luxury? I, the invisible author, the mythical creature of incredible physical stature. You're just a typical sucker. Shit, I'll just rap better than you, proving you're an embarrassment. But King Keller will smash your fucking faces in. And now we dance, 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 and now we dance. Fuck everybody, but not you, of course. Excuse my coarse vulgarity. The truth is harsh and unnecessary. How silly of me, I dare say I'm embarrassed. My apologies, what I meant to say was fuck everybody universally, you know what I mean? Not you personally, I know what he means perfectly. Jesus, you're worked up, dude. Here, have a souvenir. You should hear what I said to the girl in my head that I should jerk off to. I usually don't give a fuck what I say when it's so beautifully put. You don't really have the right or appetite to act critically towards me. And now we dance, 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 and now we dance. This is your last chance. And now we dance, 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 and now we dance. Yeah, I don't even know why you bother. Your father should be ashamed of you, and you of your father. Plebeian, I don't like you, your homies, or your idol. Take it easy, man, you do not know me or my style. Man, you think you're ripping it provocative by dissing us and talking shit, but I see it a little bit different. Your shit's derivative and obnoxious, ridiculous, hilarious in various areas. I laugh at ya. Big Grubbs steps off, still laughing. Ha! Big Grubbs, the ill-maniacal killer man. Foul tone. I show no weakness and exaggerate my strengths. Animals can't be accounted for, I'm keeping savages at lengths. I take no part in this pitiful system full of drones that fear individualism. Those who don't adhere, and that's for unity when a member of the herd becomes a memory or word. That's more food for me. I take control today and proliferate, expand past the nest, my path obliterates. I march forth and don't wander, my eyes straight forward, immortal. I migrate and conquer, wanting to be exonerated is how the weak operate. But I box with God and reach beyond my fate. Murderous material. leave bloody, bruised, negated, defeated. You think this force isn't natural as your life sprays my face as I bore through your clavicle? What is it you expected time to bring upon you? What is it your demented mind is clinging on to? Nothing but the pressure of a punctured vital artery, squeezing out screams that joins my laugh in silent harmony. Look at your brains exposed to pure symmetry. The imagery couldn't be explained in prose more vividly. They splatter across in each direction. The pattern is possibly perfection. Look at your viscera, I'm giggling. You tried repenting but your deity's not interested. So plumb the depths of your suffering, found face down in the pool of your own nothingness. Through the screen door, into the garage, across the cool concrete floor, and spilled into the driveway and trickled into the grass. The sickle of the moon was tickled in amusement and laughed, past the sandbox and ribbon-striped swing set, under the tree that sits beside the tool shed, in the unmentioned corner of the yard where the light doesn't visit, fenced in by white wooden pickets, covered in shade and leaves and bad dreams, the substance of imagination and the subject of make-believe, where shadows are strong and secrets are held, until the day comes, eager to tell. The stars are bright but only revealing themselves beyond anything you'll ever feel or have felt, and just out of reach, escaping from the finite. The moon knows something hanging in its twilight. Something's not right and the family gets restless. It's cold outside and too late for children, wondering what the darkness is concealing in its sockets. It's been a cool summer, it's gonna be a long night, with autumn in the air and a dense fog descending. And every year the winter is painful, with one more empty chair at the dinner table. Absolutely unaware of suffering and beauty. Stiff limbs don't shiver, blue lips don't whimper, and nobody lives forever. Scapegoat blood spill on new dress, and this problem I have is still a nuisance. We will blame each other, we don't ever seem to pay attention. We can or won't alleviate the symptoms, and I don't think that psychiatrics could solve me, and I don't think the mighty Atlas could hold these. I know the meaning of catharsis, and it's feeding the metamorphosis, breeding these dinosaur-sized species. I think too much, too much. 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 You can't escape it, captured, not being but reacting. If we cease acting, does freedom come from stagnant feeling? Today I needed to get away from people in a hollow shell made of solid steel. But this strain is constant, like how rain does rocks and valleys drip drop into existence. I think too much, too much. I think too much, too much. I think too much, too much. I spent the rest of my lucid time in my room that night, scrutinizing and overanalyzing suicide. When sleep descended, I had that dream again, hanging, dangling, swaying in the breeze a bit. But these giants still roam the earth, quiet and only known in verse. How magnificent these creatures are, flourishing, completely oblivious to their origins. I think too much, too much. I think too much, too much. I think too much, too much. I think too much, too much.
Step into my zone, check it, things are done different. Things are done different. You know how we coming. What you expect? I'll break you with the 1, 2. Never gotta take that ass to school for real.
And I don't think that we're gonna get out of here alive. And I don't think that we're gonna get out of here alive. And I don't think that we're gonna get out of here alive. And I don't think that we're gonna get out of here alive. The citizens are calloused, indifferent and balanced, filled with contempt and malice. The plague is spreading, I feel like I'm dead already. A memory decomposing in the cemetery. The whole city's infected. There's no medic for miles, forget his arrival. You're alone in the sickness, with the parasites and the leeches, sucking on the legions in the inner regions of paradise. There's a savage appetite in all of us. There's a will to live, a fulfillment, and a sacrifice. There's passions in a person, thrashing against the current. The situation only worsens. This wasn't supposed to happen, but now it's all I know. Close to having a heart attack, a hollow soul and all of that. Everyone's their own virus in the veins of the streets. The vile organism, the plague of the city. Now and here is time, and I don't think that we're gonna get out of here alive. We all got this strange feeling.
Life is too short, and it just gets shorter.
Now and here is time, and I don't think that we're gonna get out of here alive. We all got this strange feeling.
Life is too short, and it just gets shorter.
No one wants to admit it, but they know it's true. Stocks of every minute, there's nothing they can do. Party on the road, it looks just like you. You've already been exposed, if not yet then soon. And my coughing has gotten much worse, feeling in the pain, feeling the constraint of a coffin in dirt. I must have the caucasoid germ, I thought. Grieving, cursing the God I don't even believe in. Begging for compassion from inanimate concrete slabs and bricks, but the streets have no gift. Only the insidious offering of the infinite and ominous sky to the itchy and jaundiced eye. And the naked bodies in the streets, their faces rotting and half-eaten, staying hauntingly with me. The shining teeth maniacally smiling in debris. Violence never sleeps, life is never peace. Feeding on the tissue, teeth chipping on brick, and the body deteriorates from the interior. Everyone's their own virus in the veins of the streets. The vile organism, the plague of the city. No one wants to admit it, but they know it's true. Stocks of every minute, there's nothing they can do. Party on the road, it looks just like you. You've already been exposed, if not yet then soon. And the soul shivers in everyone. The corruption touches like the cold grip of a skeleton. Each alone in the encompassing multitude. The virus cloaking us in silence and utter solitude. Now and here is time, and I don't think that we're gonna get out of here alive. We all got this strange feeling that no one's living, only dying in the plague city. People are ugly, people are stupid, equally repugnant, each of them intrusive. Sitting in my kitchen, drinking up my coffee, I stare blankly, thinking that they've lost me. I care for my family, I don't care about you. I've heard some shit and they swear it was true. There's no soul in them, leaving their crumbs on my linoleum, closing the blinds, keeping the sun rays from rolling in. And I feel pulled down, my whole face full of frown. I succeed and I fail, I bleed and I swear. Born in the swamp, I feed on my tail. Hate is typical, because it's cyclical, mimicable, subliminal and reciprocal. Hate is typical, because it's difficult to be friendly when you feel so insecure. They've all seen it, now you would die nobody. They call me the grouch too. Let me pass on my sickness, let me raise the average of victims until it happens like wrist slit. It was given to me, given through the water. Dying seems so easy and living's getting harder. Every eye I see is corrupted, dishonest, feeling unfairly punished and destructive. And I fall down, my whole face touch ground. It takes money to make money, well it takes life and it's gonna cost somebody. Death is final and inevitable, individual, my own, except for you all. Death is final, death is so typical, completely and absolutely unoriginal. It doesn't take much, barely a heartbeat, a paintbrush, hardly a faint hush, a little hard work and determination, and the proper interpretation of where to insert the dagger. And in absence will appear in the eyes, their sparkling marvel collapses the fear and then dies. The body returns to where it came from, buried in the grave, overcome by infestation. It's gone now, from its old place, it's gone now, and I'll walk free until they come and get me. Murder in the first degree, life is my own but belongs to us all. Of what each of us do, we are all responsible. Life is so simple, life is so difficult, love is so complex, love is so innocent. Everything I do for the zeros. This is the year of the night, there are no more heroes. Everything I do for the delirious, the weirdos who don't take anything serious. Everything I do for the zeros. This is the year of the night, there are no more heroes. Everything I do for the experience, living my life perpetually curious. I'm of a lesser generation that shows less veneration and more cruel gestures and exclamations. No respect for our elders, only pity and spite, a lascivious nefarious type, neglecting our health concerns. With no edifying moral code, without some evidence, I'm unconvinced that I'll ever find what tomorrow holds. I'm lost in the whirlwinds and the storms of Merlin. There's a static in the magic air, it's like New Orleans, driven by the sensual passions and the thought of the eventual cash-in that is essential to action. The behemoth vehemence rushing in my veins, the weight on my head that is crushing me insane, and the meaninglessness of proceeding in this. I only believe in the good cause I know that evil exists. The hedonist is a result of nihilism, and the pulse of a higher wisdom is only a form of tribalism. Where is gone the inner strength that engenders thanks that was once in our heroes for us to imitate? Nowadays nobody wants to accept their fate, but in the end it's sure to always captivate us. This is for those who have looked death in the eyes, mesmerized and are still unconvinced that they'll never die. The essential thing to remember is that when you're building from nothing, the potential is always emphasized. Everything I do for the zeros. This is the year of the night, there are no more heroes. Everything I do for the delirious, the weirdos who don't take anything serious. Everything I do for the zeros. This is the year of the night, there are no more heroes. Everything I do for the experience, living my life perpetually curious.
It's not something they care to listen to or even talk about. Concoct the cloud, cause never the throne, assemble the clones, they'll all come out. Till the Bilderberg conference of so-called butts is fun. Across from the Illuminati of buttercups, learning to suck it up, perpetual omens. Surrounded the days ahead, deceptible moments, all but in the graves of the dead. Intentional zonally sentinels roaming, gate community perimeters to ward off hopelessness. Nobody knows your name, go soak in your worthlessness. Get literally sick to your stomach, over whining and bitching. Learn to shut the fuck up, what a fine premonition. I got my mind reminiscent of a time when the mission was to build blocks out of ambitiousness for prime exhibition. The centers moved and locked, patrolled the police, they confused and shocked with undergraduate degrees from the current copies. School of thought, decorated bumpers all over my air and declare it, but none of them notice it is the norm. The outer limits marathon running opponents here. I parallel universe, but ours is the oblique bizarro world. Inverted, fucked up expectantly like a tweet. Geraldo girl, the malls will burn. The nesting grounds for radness, they're also blue. Come to the fact that the government holds a monopoly of fossil fuels. It charges gas out their asses, so the faster the fascists and furious faggots. Roy's rockin' nerdy kids nagging on society's brain cells, where low intentions lies. Laziness kills what's left inside. Sit and hope for genocide.
Worry brings fear, and fear is crippling. There will come times when you will feel like giving up. It's easier for a human being to think negatively than positively. That's why only 5% is successful. Worry brings fear, and fear is crippling.
Never experience death from an interior depth, and yet the fear of it's kept in your delirious head. Oh, what crazy ideas we've come up with, and it seems some dumb shit we believe has substance. We try to explain the world through transcendent metaphysics, but don't seem to realize that one day death will end existence. Our language can't even explain the concept of nothingness, yet we try to comprehend with an embodiment of godliness. Well, there's a void in the sky above the clouds, doctrines and promises that I've come to doubt. We try to get something out, but it grows in the pits of our stomachs until it's too large to exit them out, so no one admits it in public. The heavens have collapsed, the legends have been trapped. We assume that all is in dire in the ruins of a fallen empire, and everything we know in part shatters, trying to grip nothingness, grasping at dark matter. Oh my God, where have you been? Scared you're a character in the tale the narrator spins. Oh my God, please won't you acknowledge me? Scared you exist and scared you have forgotten me. Oh my God, where have you been? Scared you're a character in the tale the narrator spins. Oh my God, please won't you acknowledge me? Scared you exist and scared you have forgotten me. detached from others. Reactions are governed by free will, presented with choices people tend to avoid them. Envision freedom in the restricted conditions we live in. By the way we behave, it seems that the slaves is weakened. Praying heathen, looking for strength outside myself. Felt wrong to question how I could help. My convalescence align with my indivisible fate. Prying at invisible change, trying at inventing an escape. Compliance and pressure too great, so you could quit and try to settle in. Addicted to the medicine, removed and shifted from the evidence. Or you could gnaw limbs off for existence, with blood stains on your Bible and a dull pain to remind you. All brains have light bulbs, all minds a string. Do you have the guts to wait in the dark until you find the thing? Miles away from the warm sight of your porch light, the sordid, the obscurity, the horrific uncertainty. Oh my God, where have you been? Scared you're a character in the tale the narrator spins. Oh my God, please won't you acknowledge me? Scared you exist and scared you have forgotten me. Oh my God, where have you been? Scared you're a character in the tale the narrator spins. Oh my God, please won't you acknowledge me? Scared you exist and scared you have forgotten me. So picture God has landed in the middle of this propaganda. We're eating humanness, dirty and too depressed. Avoidance, distractions, deterrence from the perfect. Now the divine is where you can't find. Paranoia's been tracking the lowly unwashed, only the pods. Subservient to the holiest God, the merciless. It mollifies all the cries and lulls babies to sleep. But I caught a glimpse of godly strength pulsating through me. Silly child, you're ill-maniacal, delusional, unformed. They told me God would never reveal itself to a human so impure. How can we achieve such heights? Only our power of belief can fight. But I found this in me, inside. Our name for God is hollow and meaningless. The venting hatred of empty spaces is feeding it. Our world is shared, but my life is not. And the voice inside my head keeps telling me I am God.
There's a war going on outside. No man is safe. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe.
This city and vicinity, humble aberration. Stumbling, pouring, crumbling, dilapidation. The rumbling from where the storm comes, drumming before drums. Tides are high, swords drawn by the by. Stewing in the turmoil and anarchy of an unruled tribe. The necessity and depravity that consumes pride. Power struggle in the streets, sounding subtle. For every one of us, it's now or never to be free. Sound the war drum, thunder to the earth. Bury the corpses, somewhere in the dirt. Sound the war drum, thunder to the earth. Bury the corpses, somewhere in the dirt. I have a duty to myself to find a beauty in this filth. In the empty purpose of the city circus. I have a duty to myself to find a beauty in this filth. In the heavy hurting of the city circuits. My thoughts are cryptic and apocalyptic. The end is near, the clock is ticking throughout the hemisphere. We've all done what a human does, bold and scrupulous. We all end up old and useless, pulling our hair out by the roots, tearing at our suits. I understand you weak, but I'd only care if I was too. I keep my senses ready, I keep my mental busy. I only let my passions out of hand accidentally. Sound the war drum, thunder to the earth. Bury the corpses, somewhere in the dirt. Sound the war drum, thunder to the earth. Bury the corpses, somewhere in the dirt. Watch your affiliations, all we have is pride and life is filled with humiliation. Know your problems, get beyond them. Know which side you're on, you might be on the wrong one. I have a duty to myself to find a beauty in this filth. In the empty purpose of the city circuits. I have a duty to myself to find a beauty in this filth. In the flimsy circles of the city circuits. There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. God's children are ungrateful, and now he hates them. Now we're left with nothing but bitter freedom. Now that God has left our inner beings forever, sound the war drum, thunder to the earth, bury the corpses somewhere in the dirt. Sound the war drum, thunder to the earth, bury the corpses somewhere in the dirt. We are the dominant ones, we are the prominent ones. We heal the poor souls of the mortals. We are the prodigal sons, we are the villains, pillaging your villages. They tried killing us, and now we're outlaws in the wilderness. They tried to design the infinite with finite instruments, but in your refined existence you have to define what it is. You haven't reached the expectations that you preach, and life is lost in each and every hesitation, bitch. I have a duty to myself to find a beauty in this filth, in the empty purpose of the city circuits. I have a duty to myself to find a beauty in this filth, in the flimsy circles of the city circuits. I have a duty to myself to find a beauty in this filth, in the heavy hurting of the city circuits. I have a duty to myself to find a beauty in this filth, in the empty purpose of the city circuits.